Well, what can I say? I thought that Nostalrius was bluffing, that they were not going to release a server of their own or release their database, but I was wrong. I was definitely, clearly wrong based on the new announcement from both the Nostalrius team and Elysium. So that's the first part of this video, just admitting that I was wrong. And I'm actually glad I was wrong. I mentioned it in the video, that original video, that I'm hoping that I was wrong, and that I was hoping that Nostalrius would release something, and it turns out they will be releasing something. So there's lots of links in the description of this video, so please check them out. There's links to a few Reddit posts, the Nostalrius website, and a YouTube video from Elysium. Just so if you don't know what I'm talking about, Elysium is a private vanilla World of Warcraft server that came out a few months ago, and they have been, they were pretty successful early on, but their population dropped fairly quickly. They had some itemization issues. However, now the new announcement is that Elysium not only has several members on their team from the Nostalrius development team, which has been the case for a little while, but the Nostalrius team will be releasing their database, so that's their characters, all the characters from their PvE and PvP servers, to Elysium to use on the Elysium servers, and they will allow for the core from Nostalrius, so all of the bug fixes essentially you can think of, and the programming from Nostalrius will be used on the Elysium servers. So what this means is that there will be three servers. None of these will be officially Nostalrius servers. They're going to be Elysium servers, hosted by wherever Elysium is hosting their servers. But there will be a brand new PvP realm, which will be using the Nostalrius core, so Nostalrius bug fixes and everything, starting with I don't know what patch you're going to start with, but it's going to be like Molten Core type of content, and then eventually work its way up to Blackwing Lair, Anchorage 40, etc. So the progressive format that Nostalrius was doing. And there will also be two other realms. There will be a PvE realm and a PvP realm. The PvE realm will be based on the Nostalrius database, so it's going to basically be loaded back up from probably the day before Nostalrius announced their server closing. So everything will be the same in terms of characters that are available. Obviously new people can roll on the server, and that PvE server is interesting because it was around the time that Alterac Valley had just launched. So that's the patch that server was up to. PvP server will take all the current Elysium characters that are on a PvP Elysium realm and basically combine them with the database from all of the Nostalrius PvP characters into one kind of Nostalrius PvP realm, which should be in the Anchorage War effort, so after Blackwing Lair's release, after Zul'Gurub's release. So there'll be three realms, basically. You should read the FAQ that I linked below to get more of the actual information. But what I can say is that I'm excited about this, but I am also disappointed, too, in a different aspect, is that I have a sincere concern that Chronos 1 and maybe Chronos 2 are going to see a huge population hit. The problem is that a lot of people on Chronos 1 were there from Nostalrius. So when Nostalrius shut down, like myself and other people moved to Chronos 1. Even more of those people moved to Chronos 2. And I'm just concerned that a lot of them will be leaving Chronos. And Chronos 1 already has not a low population, but low enough that if they were to lose, 30% more of the population, it's going to be a little small on the population. So, I'm at a point where I'm not sure what I will do, because I do have my previous leveling series was my Orc Warlock SoupaSoka, and that was on the Nostalrius PvP server. So that server is basically going to be brought back to life, the database and everything. So I'm left kind of at a divide where I'm trying to decide if I want to continue playing my Soupa Priest on Chronos 1, the Dwarf Priest, or if I want to go back to my SoupaSoka, my Orc Warlock on Nostalrius PvP. So I haven't decided yet. So if you have a vote on if you prefer me continue with my Priest or going with my Warlock, let me know. Comment below. I'm not 100% sure which one I'll do. I might have to kind of wait and see how the servers shake out. The main thing being that if Chronos 1, for example, the population just crashes because everyone goes to Nostalrius, then it's going to be tough to want to continue my Priest, unfortunately. But I'm also not exactly confident that the Nostalrius PvP server will be very populated, because there's also a straw poll that I've linked in the comments below that someone was sharing around on the WoW Reddit and other things, whether people will do the Nostalrius PvE server, the Nostalrius PvP server, or the Fresh Start PvP server. And the majority of people are going to the Fresh Start. There's something like, there were like 3,500 votes at the time of this video, and like 65% said they're going to start on the fresh server, with about 25% saying the PvP and 10% saying the PvE. So I just don't know. It's the worst case scenario for me would be that Chronos 1 basically crashes population-wise, and then the Nostalrius PvP server, the one that's using the old database, doesn't pick up a lot of people, and then both servers are low pop. If they're really low population, I don't mind a lower pop server, but if it's really low where it's a point I can't get groups for anything, then that would be the point where I might have to consider rolling on the fresh start Nostalrius PvP server. But I'm really up in there. I haven't decided yet, but I just want to let you guys know what's going on a little bit. Kind of basically admit that I was wrong about my bluffing Nostalrius video, which is also linked below if you want to see that. And the other thing is, in the meantime, if you're on the Elysium server, anything you're doing is not going to matter when they transfer it, when they combine it with the Nostalrius PvP database. So they have paused, like basically frozen that server. You can play on it, but nothing new will change. However, it's going to be... There's no set timeline for the release of these servers, but it looks like it's going to be at least 4 weeks. That's kind of a common opinion. I would say it's a very reasonable thing, and I know it's going also up into the holidays at that point, which makes me think it might delay even a little bit further. So I would safely say we're looking at 4 to 8 weeks before this actually comes to fruition. And if that's the case, in the meantime, I'm going to keep playing on Chronos while I'm just kind of waiting to see how things shake down. But that's all for today. So please check out the description of my video below. It's got a lot of links to different FAQs and things related to this. The Elysium website's down right now. Like, they couldn't handle the server load while people go into their website. So I actually have a link to like their Reddit post about it. And I'm really excited about this development. And I'm hoping on some level it gets really big again. I hope Nostalrius gets huge, just to kind of put a little bit more pressure on Blizzard maybe, and convince Blizzard that they need to do something like this. But that's all for today, so please comment if you have any questions. I'm happy to tell you more about my thoughts on it, but it's still so fresh that I need some more time to think about how this is really going to affect things. But my channel's going to keep going. I'm still going to do WoW stuff wherever I end up, but I really would like to just get a character to 60, you know? And there was one possibility that if I end up missing my priest too much, but Chronos 1 dies, that I may just power level a priest back to level 44, whatever he's at now, on the Nostalrius server, and then start the leveling series kind of fresh from that point, with the same class and race, but with whatever new stuff I have. So I've got some ideas for what I want to do, but I'm still thinking them out. It'll have to really depend on what happens with the populations on the server. So that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.